G'day Spurs fans, Paul Hotspur hippie here, the only psychedelic soccer show on the internet. It is a real dreary day in old Sydney town today, so I just pulled over for a little rest. And would you believe it, we've had no football for ages, and it's just gone all football everywhere. So we're playing again tomorrow morning. I can't believe it. We're playing West Ham tomorrow morning. It's a nice time for me to get up and watch it. And I'm feeling good about it. I liked Ange's press conference as usual. Asked about the style of play because I think what he said. Hopefully, I think it does dispel some myths around Tottenham, but or his style of play. But I guess if you want to believe other things, you can always find stuff to make you back up whatever your point of view is. But it's true. I always think it doesn't matter really what minute the goals are scored or conceded. It's at the end of the game. That's when it's no more bets. This is the result. Whoever's got the most goal wins. And it certainly has been a feature of Tottenham this year, where we have scored a lot of late goals. And Ange rightfully pointed out that it's not always when we're behind the game or chasing the game. It's when we're in control of the game. We just keep on going, playing our same football. That's how you measure yourself against other teams. And that's why I think Arsenal, they've choked it already this year, I think, by going for a safe 1 point against Manchester City. Whereas if they had gone for the win, they could be top of the table right now, putting the pressure on Liverpool. Where's the pressure on Liverpool? Nothing there, is there? Barely looking over their shoulders. They know that when it comes to the big games, Arsenal just haven't got the ticket for it. And don't forget, one of Arsenal's running games, as well as it's the same for Liverpool and Manchester City, is good old Tottenham Hotspur, by far the greatest football team the world has ever seen. And I don't think we'll be doing an Arsenal. And I'm quite looking forward to those three clashes that will decide the fates of who will win the league. Will it be Tottenham? Probably not. But it's probably going to be Liverpool, because Arsenal, they didn't want it, did they? They didn't want it. Speaking of not wanting it, West Ham, I think, is one of those teams that I don't think they really have much of a home team advantage, because their fans hate their ground. Since old Alan Sugar's protege, Karen Brady, got rid of the Berlin ground and moved them to some void drome, no atmosphere, £15 a pint, all sorts of trouble, because she did such a good deal that the landlord was going bust. So West Ham, I don't know what their future is, but I don't know if it's tenable for them to stay at this ground. So they hate it. It will take 5 seconds for any cheer in the crowd to reach the players anyway, everyone's so far away. So I think they're there for the taking. And I think we've seen that West Ham as well are a bunch of bottlers. That's what I'm calling teams that do this game management. If you can't trust your football to win you a game, no matter what the circumstances, you have to rely on something else. You're bottling it, aren't you? You're bottling it. You're not trusting your convictions. You're chasing this myth, which I mentioned yesterday, of seeing the game out. There's no such thing. If you try and see a game out and you're playing a team that's more intense than you, they're probably going to win. I mean, that happens a lot in football. When you put aside skill, tactics, a lot of matches just come down to pure and simple intensity, and who is willing to work harder during the match and who wants to win the game more. West Ham certainly showed against Newcastle United that they ain't got it. 3-1 up, tried to park the bus. Look what happened. So we know that even if West Ham go 2-0 up against Tottenham, we've got a shout, haven't we? I'm not going to be panicking. I'm just going to be nice and relaxed. That's what I want from the game tomorrow. I always want this and I never get it. Well, a nice relaxing game. 2 or 3-0 up at half time. Crack open a packet of digestives, nice cup of tea. But of course, you never get that with football. because even if you're 2-0 up with 5 minutes to go, weird stuff can happen, can't it? So I'm looking forward to a good game now. It should be a good entertaining game, and I'm sure that West Ham are going to approach this game negatively. They're going to be worrying about conceding a goal straight from the get-go, and I think it would be another chance for Tottenham to dispel a rumour. One of these, you know, I've said this a few times, but someone says something on the internet and it just spreads around like measles or something. Oh, Tottenham find it hard to score against a low block team. I mean, we've got, I mean, I don't know how many goals we've got to score against these teams for people to stop saying that. But hey, well, you know, each to their own. You keep on saying that, we'll just keep on playing our football. And because we play our football all the time, no matter what the circumstances, you never rule yourselves out, do you? I mean, if that's the way you think you're going to win a game, why would you just go and change 10 minutes before the end, 15 minutes before the end? Or if you're Arsenal, oh no, Manchester City, it's a bit too much of a tough game, this one. We'll play it safe. And luckily for them, it worked on that occasion, because I don't think Manchester City have got the chops that they've had in the past. And I think Erling Haaland, I heard Roy Keane say a few things about this, and I completely agree with him. As an out-and-out finisher, yeah, he's fantastic, but you ask him to do anything else, hopeless. I remember when we played them, might have been last year. When was it? Last year or the year before? Anyway, Romero put his special stamp of approval on Haaland. I don't know if it was his calf or his shin or his stomach or whatever it was. Just said welcome to the game. Erling Haaland bottled it. He went straight back into midfield and was absolutely useless. He was like, you know, he was a worse midfielder than Harry Winks. No lie, man. He was absolutely dreadful. And Manchester City aren't firing this year. So, you know, I still think Liverpool is gonna win the league. But hey, you know what? We've got 9 games to go. We've won the first out of the 10. That's 3 points, 100% record. If we can get a few more wins like that, who knows where little old Tottenham Hotspur will end up. But whatever happens, it's going to be enough to put fear in the hearts of those other so-called big teams. When, you know, Liverpool lose Klopp, Arsenal realise that they'll never win anything with Arteta because he is the biggest bottle job going. And his team has got no philosophy or style of play or anything, no identity. It's just a facade at the moment, just a facade. The only reason we aren't up there already is because we've been building, instilling a philosophy, and that takes time. When you just bumble around aimlessly, I mean, it's still taking them years to get where they are anyway, which is nowhere. But we're clear. When you've got a clear destination or a clear aim, it makes everything easy. So, you know, you can have Ange saying things like Kulu should stop cutting inside, because we all know there's no mystery, is there? We know what the players are supposed to be doing when they're playing a game of football. But I'd be starting Timo Werner and Johnson as wingers with Sonny in the middle. I'd be having Maddison, Basuma and Sarr. I like that midfield, and we know who the defenders are going to be. And Van der Ven's back, so bring him in. I think it's going to be a great festival of football, and as usual I'm going to go 5-0 to the mighty Tottenham Hotspur. I'm going to be doing a watch along. Tune in to my channel half an hour before the game, where I aimlessly float through technical difficulties before we get down to some hot game action. So I'll see you folks there. As always, peace and love, man, and come on you Spurs.